Hey, what's up, you fucking weirdos? This is Mark Splude, and this right here is episode 79 of the SPLUDECAST. My guest this week. Oh, what can we say about this guy? This guy probably takes the biggest shit kicking from the rest of the comics, probably more than anybody else. Everyone loves to bust this guy's balls. He's a good sport about it, likes to dish it back too. Drake Tobias. Drake Tobias is my guest. He came over to the house last night. We shot the shit for just over an hour. He had some other things to do, other places to be. I guess the SPLUDECAST not a big priority for Drake Tobias. Man, what a great chat with Drake. It's so funny because, I had a bunch of talking points that I wanted to bring up with Drake, as far as MMA. He helped me, he helped us with training with Nick Coombs for his last fight. There's just a lot of stuff I wanted to bring up with Drake that I didn't even get to because, the conversation went in a weird direction right away, actually, straight away. And like I said, it was only just over an hour. I'm going to have Drake back, man. We got lots to talk about. Great guest, man. He was a great conversationalist. Very easy to sit down and talk to Drake. Great fucking guy, man. I mean, Drake's a guy I didn't really like in the beginning. When I first met Drake, I wasn't really a fan. I think I've told the story on this podcast before where he tried to heckle me once at O'Leary's. Of course, I sat him down and shut him the fuck up. But it was kind of his attitude. I don't know. There was just something about Drake I didn't really care for. And admittedly, I'm kind of hard on people when I first meet them anyway. But yeah, Drake was one of those guys, man. I didn't really care for him when I first met him. The more you get to know Drake, the more you fall in love with the guy. So anyway, good chat this week with Drake Tobias. Anyway, what's been going on with me lately? Well, what's been going on with you lately? How you doing? Oh, shit, man. This past weekend, took in some comedy. I watched some comedy. I did some comedy. Saturday night, Arif Hussein, John Ford, and myself, we took the show on the road. We went to Hell's Basement and put on a show for those people up there. Man, I got to tell you. Now, this is a brand new venue, this basement, Hell's Basement. It's actually in the basement of a Subway restaurant in Moncton. I mean, right away, just hearing that, you're like, really? This sounds fucking sketchy. But, man, it couldn't be further from sketchy. This place is fucking beautiful. This Shannon guy, he set up this great venue. It's a bar. I don't know if he does other things there, music maybe, but he's real dedicated to the comedy. He reached out to me, asked me if I'd come up and do the show, put together a show for him for the Saturday night, and I agreed. I gave him a number that we were both kind of happy with the number, and the Three Musketeers took the show on the road. Now, the cool thing about this was as long as, I've been doing comedy, John and Arif have been, very good friends of mine for most of that period of time, since I came back in 2015. But the three of us have never just done a show together, just the three of us. And that was the first time, and what a great fucking time, man. Great road trip up, great road trip back, and the show itself, man, it was just fantastic. Now, I was a little worried because I had heard that the night before at this same venue, they had a free show. Free kind of open mic style. A few of my buddies went up and did that show. And then I thought, well, Jesus, Friday night's a free comedy show. Saturday night, it's $10 to get in the fucking door for comedy. The very next night, I didn't hold out high hopes for a big crowd, man. The place was fucking packed. It was packed, and it was a hot fucking crowd, man. RF hosted, John middled, I closed out the show. What a fucking dynamite show, man. Those people, they were into having a good time, and we showed them just that fucking dynamite. I'm not sure how much time exactly I did. It was only around 40 minutes, I think, because I forgot a big fucking chunk of what I had planned on doing. Problem was, I've been sick all weekend, man. I had this, still kind of have this cold going on. I knew about this show for about 2 weeks. But, the way I operate, I didn't even start fucking thinking about the show until Saturday. But I was so fucking sick. I was in bed all goddamn day Saturday. And I was ill prepared for this show, man. I mean, you're hired to do, 45 minutes to an hour or something like this, and you want to produce something. I mean, I was getting paid decent money. I want to put on a good fucking show, but the truth was I was just so goddamn sick. I had no prep for this show at all. Anyway, it didn't fucking matter, man. What I'm finding, which is kind of strange, and it's really new, actually, in 2018. I'm starting to learn that the material, what I'm saying up there, is getting less and less important every time I do fucking comedy. I'm finding some kind of way through body language, through facial expression, through just the physical side, the performance side of comedy to connect with the people. And that's been, man, it's weird because I can't take any credit for it. It's not something that I've, really worked on. It's just something that's kind of been happening organically, and it's really leveled up my fucking comedy. It almost doesn't even matter what I say up there. I'm getting to a point where Mark Splude, as a person, is the guy showing up on stage more often than not now, and that is, it's fucking great. It's great. I mean, I'm at my funniest when I'm around my friends, when I'm around my wife, just being myself, and I'm endeavoring to get that guy up there, and I'm getting a little bit closer to that here in 2018, and it's pretty exciting for me. It takes a lot of the pressure off, as far as material and shit like that. I mean, I'm still going to work hard on writing material. Don't get me wrong. The jokes still have to be there, but I'm finding it a lot easier to connect with the crowds and use my physicality to my advantage, and that's exactly what happened Saturday night, man. I had a fucking ball. I really did. I felt like shit, but I was still able to have a great fucking time, man. Those people loved me. I loved them right back, and it was a dynamite show from start to finish. Great fucking time, and I got to tell you guys, any comic out there, please, if you get an opportunity to do this Hell's Basement gig, fucking do it, man. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a weird place. It's kind of like a speakeasy. It's in the basement. You got to ring the doorbell to get in. There's secret codes, all this kind of stuff. It's very fucking cool, man. The staff there was all tremendous. Shannon, the guy that owns it and runs it, great fucking guy. Treated me like gold. Treated us all like gold, man. Fan-fucking-tastic. If you have a chance to do it, definitely do it. Great to see my old friend Marcel Richard came out to the show with his woman, Sylvie, and took in the show. Great to fucking see him. He's going to be on a podcast coming up here right away. Round 2 with Marcel Richard. Great fucking guy, man. Marcel, really appreciate him coming out and checking out that show. Anyway, yeah, that was a great comedy show. I got home pretty late. It was like 1:45 by the time we got back to town, but well worth it, man. Great fucking comedy road trip. And it's my last show for a little while, which is nice. And I know I've been saying this all fucking, throughout 2018 and even the end of 2017. I was looking for a break, and I thought I was going to get it after the Vogue Theater. Then I thought I was going to get it after the Arts Center. I thought I was going to get it after Hell's Basement. I mean, whatever, man. I'm really fortunate. I'm in a place right now where I don't reach out and try to get myself booked on shit, but, people do reach out to book me. If you're going to offer me money to tell fucking jokes, man, that's a hard thing for me to turn down. So, but please, any promoters listening out there, stop reaching out. Give me a couple months, please. I just want a break. Anyway, listen, I love doing fucking comedy, man. I'm not going to complain about it, not one bit. However, I don't have a show upcoming, not on the calendar, booked right now as we speak, until the R-Bar, 3rd Saturday in March. And then, of course, the last weekend in March, I'm at Chuckles with Mike fucking Dambra. Guys, if you have never seen Mike Dambra, and even if you have before, get your ass down to Chuckles. Get a hold of Shane Ogden for tickets. Whatever you have to do. I think you can just walk into Chuckles and get tickets anyway, but you got to see Mike Dambra, man, and get your tickets early. Mike always sells the fucking place out. I mean, Mike is a straight-up crowd work guy, and he just rips rooms apart for a fucking hour. And you can see him 5 nights in a row. You're going to see a different show every single fucking night. The guy is so masterful and just, one of the best human beings I've ever met. I cannot fucking wait for that weekend at Chuckles. Wasn't able to make it out to Chuckles this past weekend. It's too bad. I kind of wanted to see Christina Walkinshaw in person. I wanted to see Dan McCarthy. I knew he was back at Chuckles after, a long time being away from that stage. But I wasn't able to make it out. I heard Dan did fantastic, so that's great news. I don't even know who else was on the shows. Anyway, was Jimmy McKinley maybe on the shows? I'm not sure, man, but I wasn't able to make it out there. It's too bad, but I tell you where I did make it out to. I made it out to McGills, Sunday Laughter Dark, for the Setlist show, man. This was really fucking cool. Listen, I'll say right off the top, I'm not interested in this type of show personally for myself. This is what happens. They take crowd suggestions, audience suggestions. I think they sourced some of the suggestions on Facebook before the show, and they put all these suggestions in a bucket, And each comic gets up. They got 5 to 7 minutes, something like that. And you go through the topics and just come up with jokes on the spot. It's kind of an improv stand-up kind of deal. Not something I'm interested in, man. I don't like improv. I don't like watching it. I don't like doing it. Here's what I love, man. I love, and this brings me back to Saturday night. What I love as far as improv goes, I love being on stage, something happening in the room, and I'm forced to deal with it, or maybe I come up with a punchline in the moment. I love that kind of improv stuff. Saturday night, I was able to fuck around with the crowd a little bit. Had a great fucking time, man. The crowd, they were all good fucking sports too, man. I took those motherfuckers on a ride. But anyway, I love that. I love when something happens organically while I'm on stage that I can deal with. I love that shit, and I usually thrive in those situations. Except that one time in Fredericton. I'm not going to talk about that. Anyway, I love that kind of shit, but I don't like doing improv, and I'll tell you why. Anytime I've done anything like this where, I've had to come up, with something funny on the spot, I've always left there and, maybe a couple hours later or laying in bed later that night and something popped into my head that would have been a million times fucking better to say on stage, and it pisses me off. I can't live that way. So, personally, I'm not really interested in doing it. I might try it once down the road. I don't know. I guess it'd be good for experience. Try it out. But I'm really not interested in it. But anyway, I'm certainly interested in watching my friends do it. And that's exactly what I did. Went down there Sunday night, took the wife on a hot date to McGills. Fucking sick as a dog, man. I was so fucking sick. I shouldn't have been out of the house, but I didn't want to miss this show. Anyway, it was fucking, what a great show, man. Talk about my guest, Baby Tobias, took the fucking bullet. Went first, started drawing out his shit. And man, Drake did fucking great. Drake is really, really improving as a comic. He really is. The last couple sets I saw him do, I really enjoyed. He did eat dick hosting a show at McGill's not long ago. But he was able to pull it out in the end. And there's just some likability. I don't know if it's his vulnerability or what it is about Drake, but he's got some kind of likability, some quality up there. I wouldn't say it's the it factor exactly. But it's something about Drake, man. He's relatable somehow or something. I don't know. There's something there anyway. Drake did fucking great at this set list, man. He started the show off fucking fantastic. My buddy McConnell did a set. Now, here's what I loved about McConnell. Now, McConnell didn't have a fucking knock it out of the fucking park set at this set list. Not by any means. You compare it to his very first set at the R Bar in January, and, it's apples and oranges, really. But what I love about Matt is, Matt signed up for this show, and he thought it was going to be his second stand-up set. Just a straight stand-up set, 5-7 minutes, whatever. And that's how he got on the show. And then closer to showtime, Matt Keenan reached out and said, shit, man, I'm sorry, I forgot. This show is set list. You're welcome to do it, but if not, I'll just book you for a regular set down the road. And Matt said, no, fuck it, I'll give it a shot, man. I love that about Matt. I mean, second set ever, and you're signing up for set list. Man, that's a lot of fucking pressure. And Matt did great. Like I said, didn't knock it out of the park, but didn't have nearly as many awkward pauses as some of the, seasoned comics on the show had. He held his own. He did fucking great, man. He did a great. And he's another guy. He's got some quality, some likable, relatable quality up there. And I enjoyed the shit out of it. Enjoyed hanging out with him at the show. Matt's a good dude, man. Matt's a good fucking dude. Anyway, John Ford on the set list. Man, I thought John was going to have a rough fucking time. John gets up. He gets his first, topic or whatever out of the bucket. And he starts fucking struggling immediately. Ums and ahs and 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 had to pass on the first one. Struggled with the second one. Man, John struggled a bit through this set list. Here's the cool thing. John was able to turn it all around and finished bigger than anybody else did and probably got the best applause because of that. Struggled in the beginning, but really brought it all around. He even brought back in the end, he was able to tie in the very first premise that he passed on. He was able to tie that in with his final premise. Great fucking job by John Ford, man. And I had a great time because it was just kind of fun to watch him squirm up there, and I knew I was going to see a lot of squirming, man. You're putting people on the spot, hey, be funny about this right now, go. That's a tough fucking proposition, especially for a guy like John, who's, long form storytelling comic. It's not like he's, coming up with fucking punchlines left, right, and center. It was a lot of fun to watch him squirm. Even more fun to see him close it out fucking big. That was really cool. Steve Fudge, worth mentioning, man. He had a great fucking set. I loved the direction he took his premises into. Fucking fantastic. Chris Hovey, little bit of a struggle. Probably had more success bouncing shit off of Sam Liebman, who was the host. But yeah, Chris Hovey did great, man. He did great. Struggled, like I said, on a few premises. Didn't, nothing super hot, but did, he held his own in there. Speaking of Sam, I love the way Sam hosted this fucking show. He got up, shooting his mouth off in the beginning, got people laughing, got people warmed up a little bit, and then he took his little bucket and sat right at the end of the bar, right beside the stage, and conducted this show, hosted the show. He had a mic the entire time. He was feeding the premises to the guys. He was throwing in his jokes where he could. It was really entertaining. Great fucking job by Sam Liebman. He looked very comfortable in that role, and I think he should do a lot more of that kind of fucking thing. So good on Sam. I loved his jokes about hosting. Sam, great job opening that show, man. That was you entertained me big time. Matt Keenan did a set there. Bit of a struggler too. I mean, again, it's not a fucking easy thing to do. To just even if you get a good premise, one that you think you should be able to run with, to come up with it off the top of your head, not an easy thing to do, but Matt got his laughs here and there. Certainly nothing to be embarrassed about. Wasn't a bomb by any means. Just wasn't the strongest of the night, that's all. Speaking of the strongest of the night, man, if it wasn't Drake and if it wasn't Steve Fudge, it was Austin. And I'm sorry, Austin, I don't know your last fucking name, and I wish I did. I saw Austin's very first set at the R-Bar. I think that was back in November. Great set. I loved what he was doing. I love his demeanor. I loved his stage presence. Loved his fucking jokes. He had a dynamite first set. I really enjoyed it. And this was the second time I've seen him. I'm not sure how many sets he's done in between, but man, he fucking knocked it out of the park at this set list show, man. What I really loved is I wrote down a premise, right? My premise was Big Dick Bandits Crime Spree. Just the stupidest fucking premise. I don't even know what it was supposed to mean or what I was hoping people would joke about with it. But Austin ended up getting my premise. And man, he did a fucking great job with that premise. I was so happy I'd put it in. So happy that it was Austin that got that premise. Loved what he fucking did with it. Congrats to Austin, because honestly, he probably had the set of the night there. Like I said, Drake and Steve Fudge, it was very close. I think those three guys really nailed it. Here's something that was really cool. Adam Landry got up on stage for this fucking set list, man. Adam gets up. He's got John Ford's very first set, the Bible Camp Stories set, and he starts reading it out. Man, just Adam he's a fucking lunatic up there. Nobody ever knows what's going on when he's on stage. He's not like a traditional stand-up. I fucking love Adam Landry on stage. I keep telling him he's got to do it more. It was fucking great. It was like a Hoveland reunion. John was, playing with him a little bit from the audience. Jim Hovey jumped up on stage and got into it. Once all three guys were on stage, it got a little messy. People were stomping on each other. Plus, Sam had a microphone too. So once that happened, it all kind of fell apart a little bit. Still entertaining as shit, especially for me, because I know those guys, and I know what they were going for. But highly entertaining. Adam Landry needs to be on stage a lot fucking more. That guy cracks me up. It doesn't even matter what he says. He doesn't need, this strong material or nothing. He just needs to get up and be himself or his character or whatever he's fucking doing up there. I absolutely fucking loved it. I'm forgetting. Oh, sorry, I got this fucking crick. Another fucking crick in my neck. I think every fucking episode I got a crick in my neck. Fucking crick. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting someone on that show. I'm probably forgetting 4 or 5 fucking people. Godso. I'm forgetting Godso for sure. I'm just trying to think of who was sitting at what fucking table. Godso did great, man. Not set of the night. Not a bomb, somewhere in the middle of the road. He had some good stuff. He got locked up on a couple things, but did great, man. And didn't dip in to material this time. Kept it within the rule set, which is good. Oh, Travis Boyce was also on the show. God damn it. I'm probably going to forget more people. Travis struggled. But he had some moments. If I were to guess, I'd say he wasn't happy about it. But I liked a few of the things that he did up there, and he got a few pops from the crowd. Man, I'll tell you, watching everybody up there, like I said, Travis is a seasoned fucking comic. John's a seasoned comic. Matt Keenan at this point is a seasoned comic. And, this is a show where everybody's going to fucking struggle, man. No question about it. Very difficult thing to do. But, so anybody who had any bit of a difficult time, don't take that to heart, obviously, man. This is a tough thing to do, and it's new for us comics around here. You know what? I think I'm going to try it, man. I think I might sign up for the next set list and see how the fuck I can do at it. I imagine that everybody, including the guys who didn't do the best Sunday night, I bet you they probably will have more success than I'm going to have in the future if I sign up for it. We'll see, man. We'll see. I really don't know. I've never been in that situation, so I'm going to try it out. I much preferred the joke writing competition or contest or whatever, the showcase or whatever the fuck it was. I much preferred that because I had, obviously a bit more control for a show like that. I don't know listen, I'm stammering now. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I got a good podcast here with Drake Tobias, so I'm not going to beat you guys to death. Episode 79, Drake Tobias, Driver into you. I'm having illusions, all this confusion driving me mad inside. I'm having illusions, all this confusion fucking me up in my mind. I'm having illusions, all this confusion driving me mad inside. I'm having illusions, all this confusion fucking me up in my mind. Motherfuckers be driving me up the walls, hoping that I fall, but they can hit my balls. Straight jacket, strap it in the padded room was a Drake Tobias, or as I call you now, and this is probably the first you're hearing of it, but I have a nickname for you.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's Big Baby. How you doing, Big Baby?
You called me that yesterday.
Yeah, I know. That's when I came up with it, Big Baby.
Big Baby.
Yeah, Big Baby. So you like it? Don't like it? Doesn't really matter if you do or not.
I like it. I don't care.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful. Because you remind me of the guy from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Mm-hmm. You ever see that?
You have no idea how many times I've gotten that.
Baby made a boom boom?
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, man. You're Big Baby, baby.
Big Baby.
Yeah, how you doing, Drake?
I'm all right, man. Just grinding my ass off. Are we allowed to swear in here?
Oh, you can say whatever the fuck you want on the SPLUDECAST, but we're going to talk shit about people, curse and swear. Whatever you whip your dick out, everything fucking goes here, man.
I'm not going to whip my dick out.
All right. I wouldn't either. Yeah. That'd be embarrassing for you.
Yes, it would be. What's going on with me, man? Fuck everything. Doing music, doing comedy. I'm in school. I'm working full time.
Right. What are you in school for right now?
So it's always been I've loved music, and it's always been a dream of mine to do something with music. And I'm not good enough to be like a famous musician.
Right.
However, I am. I'm good at sales, and so I'm taking a marketing degree right now Then I'm taking a 1-year degree in Toronto at Recording Arts Canada for recording arts.
Oh, cool.
And,
so you want to be the guy behind the board.
Pretty much.
Yeah, right.
Or just a guy in a record label that's, does a lot of marketing and
maybe even jump in and be a studio player or something,
or some guy who organizes tours and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
So something in that matter, kind of like the business side. It's getting your full BBA in marketing is definitely going to be a great tool to have to go along with your your recording arts degree, because you just become extremely versatile. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. You got a plan. You got a vision going on.
I got a plan, man. I'm only 22, but
Is that all you are? Is 22?
Just 22.
Jesus
I know.
Christ, I hate you.
I am a big
now.
baby.
That's right. You're a big baby.
I'm a big baby.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Well, listen. First of all, you don't have to be the world's best musician to be a famous musician. I mean, look at some of the top bands, AC/DC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like they're playing intricate chords like Pink Floyd or.
No. It's I really hate mainstream music, and I'm like super against it, and I hate that like I'm not there talent wise to be the person that doesn't play mainstream music. So
right.
I'm hypocritical a little bit because I hate it, but then I go I go out towards playing music, and then I'm playing all these cover songs and shit, right?
Top
like,
40 shit.
Yeah, just to make like I'm gonna be the puppet guy, and I play music, and but I don't care.
Some people do that with comedy. So.
Yeah, exactly. And like I try not to be the James Mullender comedy. I always try to get like 3 or 4 good sets of some material, and then like if I'm doing, but especially in St. John, like it's so small that you can tell a joke about 3 times at one venue for me, and then I got to throw it away and write new stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now what? But you're in a wedding band, or is it just a jam band? Or
yeah.
But you guys do gigs, like you do, like you've done weddings and shit.
Yeah. So we've done weddings, we've done bar gigs, we've done charity gigs. It's actually funny. I always say like I'm in a band with my mom.
Right.
So like that's interesting, and she owns a wedding business. And she's always been musically talented. I've always been musically talented. She got a new boyfriend, and he played drums. And then he was a guy who's like, let's start a band. And Mom was like, okay. And then, so yeah, we've been doing this band stuff for like 1.5 years now.
Big Baby's got a new daddy.
Big Baby's got a new dad. I don't even know if I can make dad jokes anymore.
No, that's right, yeah. So what do? You play guitar? What do you play? You sing? What's your story?
Yeah, so I'm the rhythm guitarist, but I also found out like last year that I just have a natural talent on drums.
Nice.
And that makes me sound like a pretentious fuckhead.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're going to be able to escape that anyway, Drake.
Yeah, it's true. It's just my natural persona, which I hate.
So is Mumsy lead guitar?
No.
Oh, that would have been great if she
wouldn't
was.
it though?
Yeah, that would've been great.
No, she's lead vocals.
Right.
We got a lead guitarist. I'm a rhythm guitarist and drummer, and then my mom's boyfriend is a drummer and rhythm guitarist as well. So we kind of switch off.
Who plays bass? Where's the bass?
Our bass player is my buddy Devin from high school.
Oh, okay.
And he's one of those weird guys who's just a genius. You know what I mean? You know those people that are just geniuses and they have no social like interaction with anybody, but they're just fucking brilliant at everything they do.
Yeah, right.
Like he's a great mechanic, an exceptional musician, and he's just book smart as shit. But he has like no friends,
right,
other than us.
Can't get laid.
Well, he's got a girlfriend. She's weird.
There.
Yeah. She's weird. If he listens to this, he's gonna laugh. He's not gonna be like, "Fuck you, man!" Like, no.
He's gonna send me hate mail.
Yeah.
What? And now you got a woman now.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
That's interesting.
Yeah. How long has this been going on?
It's been going on. So when we were training for Nick Coombs' fight,
right?
When I was in the gym, that's when I started talking to her.
Oh, is that right? At the gym?
Well,
or just around that time?
Around that time.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say because I didn't see any broads there.
Yeah, I know. And it's so weird. I hate myself for it because she was in a relationship for 8 years.
Right.
And
wow.
I know. 8 years. And
okay, you're 21, 22?
22.
So how old is she?
She's 24.
Wow.
Turning 25 in April.
All right. So from 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
From 16, right?
Okay.
So
big shoes to fill, bud.
Big, huge shoes. Well, the guy was small. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
big vagina to fill. Then.
Yeah. So it was really weird. I felt really bad about myself because I kind of made the move not knowing if they're still together because they never posted anything together. They were just super opposite, and she's actually Chris Hovey's girlfriend's cousin.
Okay.
So that's a mouthful right there.
Right.
and I just kind of made the move, and it worked for some reason.
Sweet.
Like, yeah, but
and were they still together, or had they just separated?
They were like kind of still together, but they just haven't had the talk yet. You know what I mean? Haven't had the talk.
It was over.
Yeah.
Life support.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just like it's like
Drake comes in, pulls the plug.
Yeah.
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 I like it.
I know. I don't. I feel horrible about it. I'm a really nice person, but like she's an amazing girl, and I don't believe it, but. Like, I stalked her on, I don't even know how I did. I stalked her on social media. Like,
right.
I didn't even, like, have moves. I was just like, hey, you're pretty. Like, and then she was into it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, you got game, bud.
No, I don't. I don't know how she's with me, but.
So now, it seems like everything is going well for you, Drake. You were kind of in a fucking tough patch there early in the fall.
Yeah, man.
And it seems like you're fucking spinning right out of her.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
Yeah, it's, and I'm actually trying to be kind of a mental health advocate because, you know, I'm going to say this not trying to be a pretentious douche, but
sure. Again, I don't think
it's gonna. We're gonna escape that. You're so right, Mark. God damn it. But no, I was, you know, I was obviously suicidal, and
I don't know if it was if you were obviously suicidal.
Well, I wasn't obviously suicidal, but obviously after the situation.
I guess, you know, in our small comedy scene, it's pretty well known, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. So I was very good at hiding it, and
I would say, because I never would have guessed it, man. I was extremely surprised to hear about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, I was really, but I have a lot of friends, and I'm a huge, you know, I like to think of myself as a nice guy, and I'm someone that a lot of people can come talk to. So I had a lot of friends, and I'm not the type of person to look for help. So
yeah,
I never.
You want to help everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I never talked to anybody else, and it was just one of these weird scenarios. Like right now, like everything's going good. Like everything was going amazing. Like I was making the most money I've ever made in my life.
Right.
You know, started off with comedy. Moved in with like two boys. We were always partying and stuff like that. But
right.
It was hell, man. Like I couldn't be by myself. Like I lost the joy in everything.
Right.
Like everything.
But there was no one catalyst. Like everything was going good, and it just in your mind was not good.
Exactly. You know, in my mind, I was so trained to just like I'm the hardest person on myself.
Right.
Right. So in my mind, I was just saying like I'll never get a better job than what I have right now, and it's a good job for me.
Sure.
Right. Like situationally, it's amazing. I get paid salary Monday to Friday, 9 to 5:30.
Right.
Get weekends off. Like it pays the bills. It allows me to move out of my parents' house.
Yeah, I mean, in this region, that's the fucking lottery.
Yeah,
really,
exactly, right? Like I'm fucking successful for you know at my age, no degree, no schooling, right? So, it paid the bills, but I it's not that I don't like my job. It's just I know it's not what I want to do forever.
Yeah.
But then I didn't have the confidence to be like, you can do better than this. I was like, I made it. Right?
Yeah.
I was like,
so you started to look at it like a dead end job. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead end because it's, you know, and thank God we're not mentioning the place I work, but
sure.
The people there, man, they're just so like it's the end of the road for them.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean, and like that's one aspect I don't like about it is that they kind of
they're resigned to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I worked in I had the same thing. I left my job. In fact, I worked at a factory out in you know, making car parts out in Ontario. Great fucking money. Pick my shift.
Yep.
You know, but you look around at people who've been there for 25 years. And they might as well die now. They might as well have been dead 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and they just accept it. Just, oh, it's what I do. And it drove me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's when I quit and opened my MMA store, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I can totally see that. I've seen it before.
Yeah. So, you know, and you just kind of sit there and you're like, this is it. Like, this is the dead end job. Like,
Yeah, that's going to be me in 20 years.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, fuck it, whatever. And then you know, I mean, music, but like comedy scene, like I was all right at it, but, you know, I got a lot of, my attitude was shit back in that time, right? Like, I mean, you didn't like me when you first met me.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, I just don't like tall people, though.
Well, not even the tall people, I just didn't know how to shut my mouth. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I had to overcompensate for everything and get everybody to like me. And, like, I'd say stupid shit.
Yeah.
I'd say extremely stupid stuff.
I don't think you're alone in that in starting in comedy, though.
No.
You know, I don't think that's just a you thing.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty common.
So, but then I would take the shit that I'm dishing out and getting back, and be like, well, why don't I get the respect? You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there kind of being like a little bitch about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then music wise, like, I just had no confidence in my ability music. You're right. Like my mom, like she's a really talented musician, and I never felt I'd be good enough for it. You know what I mean? And music's always something I wanted to do. So I was just stuck in this rut. Like, nothing's gonna happen. I'm screwed. You know, my life is this. I'm just a completely average person. I've made it. I hate this, right?
Yeah.
And I tried everything, man, to get better. Like I was doing like I was spending like $400 a month on cocaine. Like, oh yeah.
Oh, that's not going to help your depression.
No, man.
No.
But like
weed. Did you try weed?
I tried weed, man.
Like, how'd you make out with the weed?
Weed was good.
Yeah.
It helped me go to sleep.
Sure.
Right? Like it kept me from sitting there staying up all night and being in my head.
Right.
And it shut my thoughts out. And cocaine was good on the weekends because, I mean, it just made me feel good enough and, you know, and
feel like Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then like friggin' food, alcohol, like sex, man, like just taking home whoever I could. It's horrible.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, thank God I never got an STD. Like, like I would have screwed my whole life over there.
Listen, I've been married 16 years. None of this sounds horrible to me.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, when I'm saying, like, I'm taking over, like, home whoever I can, like, you look at me and you're like, oh, God.
Yeah. What are we talking, like threes?
Yeah, well,
Fours?
not even, man. You know, like.
Not even 3.
Well, you know what I hated, man? I was taking home girls who were cheating on their boyfriends. I knew it.
Yeah.
That
That's tough.
sucked, man.
Yeah.
Like,
that'll fuck with your head.
That fucked with my head.
If you're a good
hard.
person, that'll fuck with your head.
Yeah. Right? And it's just like, and I just started becoming this person that I didn't like. And then I just finally, like, it just kept going down and nothing at all could come to making me happy.
Yeah, right.
So it was like the weekend of September 29th. It was my birthday was September 15th, and I did a shit ton of blow on my birthday. I lost my car keys. You know, I wasn't able to use my car. I had to like spend my last like $600 in getting my car back and stuff like that, right?
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
like, I'm just a piece of shit.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that weekend, my roommates were gone, right? And I never reached out for help for anything. And I was like, that's the weekend I'm going to do it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know why I'm still here. I completely committed to doing it. I drank like 3/4 of a 60 tequila because I was just trying to like thin my blood to just get it done with quick. Because like,
sure.
I'm a heavy fucker. Like, there's nothing I'm going to be able to hang from in a city apartment, right?
Yeah,
so,
true enough.
You know what
a
I
lot
mean?
of drywall work after that.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Right.
Like, so and I just luckily passed out and woke up like 3 hours later. Just cold water on me in the shower, just threw up everywhere, and just went to bed, and then
And that was it.
That was it. I went the next day and went to the Shane Ogden show live at the Vogue Theater. Got way too drunk, bought cocaine and Miramichi. And I used to live in Miramichi. I lived in Miramichi for a year.
Yeah.
And you know, met all the people that was there, and they're still doing the same shit. And I'm like, life still sucks.
Yeah,
and then Sunday we had that show at McGills, and then that night I had one friend who knew about it, and I just said, either I'm gonna go jump off the Reversing Falls Bridge, or you're gonna pick me up on the way there and take me to the hospital. And then I stayed in the hospital for a week, and just ever since then, like, it was a wake up moment. It was a time to stop sitting there and looking at your situation and thinking that it's shit, and time to start doing something about your situation.
Yeah, nice.
Right?
Yeah, making moves,
yeah. Right? Because you know, the result of sadness is when you do nothing, right? Like, sadness is just doing nothing.
Right. No change at all.
No change. And when you're sitting there and you're looking at your situation, you're completely bitching about it, and you're just sitting there and you're like, you know, I'm not going to do anything. Well, obviously, you're telling yourself you're not going to do anything.
That's right. You're convincing yourself.
You're convincing yourself. Yeah. So where the fuck's your motivation just going to come from? Like, out your ass? No, you're telling yourself, I'm not going to do anything, right?
Yeah.
So you live like that. So I said, fuck it. I said, if I'm actually going to do this, if I'm actually going to spend a week in the hospital, you know, and have to be put on an antidepressant, I'm not using this antidepressant as a crutch.
Yeah, right.
I'm using it as it's going to shut my mind up so I can get done what I need it done. I mean, in 6 months, it's almost 6 months now since it happened. It's going to be 6 months next month. 6 months from now, I got a girlfriend. I'm doing my own. I'm doing the best I've ever done in comedy.
Right.
You know, I am doing amazing in music, getting tons of opportunity there. I'm back in school.
Yeah.
And I'm doing better at my job. So
yeah.
just by telling myself that I can do things and not looking for excuses not to do things.
Yeah.
Got out there and I did it.
That's crazy. Now, let me ask you, because you mentioned, I don't know a lot about it, and you don't have to talk a lot about it if you don't want. You said you drank all that booze to thin your blood out.
Yeah.
So did you cut yourself? Is that what, was that?
I attempted to. I passed out before I could.
Right. Well, that's a lot of tequila, but.
Yeah. And you're in a really dark state before you do. And you start to think, like, you just start to think and you consider, and like, this went deep real quick.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Welcome to my comedy podcast.
Welcome to my comedy podcast.
Yeah.
Jesus
And again,
Christ.
we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to talk about it at all.
I'm actually really comfortable about it because that's the one thing. I don't know if you know Levi Rowan, the rapper guy.
Yeah.
I shared my.
I don't know him, but I've met him.
I shared my story on Bell Let's Talk Day just to hopefully inspire someone to go get help if they need it.
Sure.
And Levi wrote a song about it, right? So I'm super cool with sharing my story because it's now something that like I can use to hopefully encourage someone that's sitting there and they're looking at their situations and they're looking for excuses not to do things, to say, you know what, I gotta fucking stop doing this.
Yeah.
I gotta get out there, and if I want changes, instead of just saying, oh, why do people have these opportunities and I don't?
Yeah.
Stop fucking saying that and get out and do it, right?
That's right. Yeah. Well, I think it's important to talk about it because even just right here, you may reach one person that go, fuck, that kind of makes sense, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna help people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. So the plan was to cut cut laterally on your wrist so that it goes out quick.
Right.
Everybody knows that. It was really suicidal, and you start to think about all the interactions, man. I was so messed up that day I planned on killing myself. I didn't tell anybody, but I went and got a haircut so that I would look good enough. Like, I would look good
sharp in the coffin.
For my mother, right? For my mother.
Jesus Christ, that's fucking dark, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, that is super dark. Yeah.
I went and got a haircut.
So you woke up with the plan that day?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And you think about every interaction. You think about everyone you're going to lose, that's going to lose and hear the news. You think about your grandparents. You think about your mom. You think about your sister. You think about your siblings.
Right.
And your friends, right? And to be completely okay with that and just being like, do you know what? I don't matter. Like, and just saying I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get to that point, and then it was like kind of like when I'm sitting there, because you're obviously emotional at that point, and you're crying. I just fucking blacked out, man. I just got super dizzy and like couldn't hold myself up anymore, and just like laid there and. Like it would have been funny if someone would have walked in. Like I like go from like a dark, but like just someone just see me just like naked, half out of my shower, water still running.
Jesus,
you know what I mean?
I would have said, Jesus Christ, Drake, you're better at comedy than you are at fucking trying to kill yourself. Look at you.
Yeah,
look at you down there.
Right? Like it just, and there's a half, like there's 3/4 of a 60 of tequila. This butcher knife in there, and you're just like...
Butcher knife? Jesus.
Well, we only had like a big chef's knife,
sure.
right? And I'm like, well, that's going to get the job done.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then yeah, so it's just, by luck it happened, and you wake up and you're throwing up and stuff like that, and then you kind of sober up and you kind of realize what's happening, and you just go to bed.
Yeah, just go to bed. Shut her down. It's interesting because... I've always seen suicide as being selfish, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about, you're sitting there thinking about the interactions, thinking about, your sister and all this stuff. And so to me, when I'm hearing you say that, up until you said something else, but to me that seems so selfish. Like you're going to hurt all these fucking people? That's really selfish. These people rely on you, right? Yeah. Your mom needs you in the band, right? Yeah. All these things.
Yeah.
And, but it was interesting that you said you don't matter.
Yeah.
And that's how you felt. So it wasn't... I guess it's not selfish if in your mind you think they're not going to care if I'm gone. It doesn't, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I hate suicide, man. One of the reasons I was not on that Every Comedian in New Brunswick show was because it was really just in protest of Lloyd killing himself, right? More importantly, I don't think I would have been as mad at you. You don't have children. Yeah. So that was a big thing for me. I was like, man, you're leaving these people. Once you, in my mind, once you have children, that option's off the table. For you, a single guy, shit's not going right. You'd rather be gone. Listen, we got a lot of human beings on this planet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See you later.
Yeah.
Right? But once you have kids, so, I'm really against suicide, but I admittedly don't understand mental health.
Yeah.
To me, when I look at it, and I've joked about this on stage before, I've been hit in the head a lot. Yeah. I had a fucked up childhood.
Yeah.
No, nothing super abusive, but a fucked up childhood.
Yeah.
And I've never even considered it.
Yeah.
You know, and I always say, like, if anyone's got mental illness, if anybody's got something wrong with their fucking head, it's me.
Yeah.
Suck it up.
Yeah.
You know. But I just don't understand mental illness.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
I'm sure I suffer from various different kinds.
Yeah,
you know?
and
But I'm the kind of guy, you know, really personally, I'm the kind of guy, suck it up and fucking get through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not everybody's that way.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you say that. I have a huge philosophy on it, and it's a cosmetic thing now. Mental illness. Right?
It is. It's like an accessory that people carry around,
accessory,
man. And maybe
right?
that's why I don't like it so much, you know?
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate
well,
that.
that's interesting, too.
I know. And I hate that. The reason I didn't reach out for help is because I didn't want to be that person.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that person. Oh,
help me, guys. I'm sad.
Depression.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And these fucking panic attacks, like Facebook statuses.
Fuck, man. I got to tell you, that's really interesting. That's the reason you kept it to yourself, because that drives you crazy too. Man, that is fucking weird.
I hate it.
Yeah, right.
And to just like to be like, I didn't even tell people when I was out, right? Like I disappeared completely. You're not allowed to have your cell phone, right?
Right.
And like you go off the grid for a week, like some people are gonna know what's up. But,
yeah.
Like the shitty thing was, like I only got like 4 messages while I was in the hospital. You know what I mean? And one of them.
Where are you? You okay?
Yeah, I know, right? So and
one of them was who?
One of them was a girl who thought that I got her pregnant. So then like I just got out of the hospital, and first thing I see is like you know, hey, like I'm pregnant and it might be your kid, but it wasn't.
Oh,
right?
Where have you been?
Yeah.
Why are you avoiding me?
Yeah. So so and then I'm like, I just got out of the hospital for like, you know, I tried to end my life, and then she's like, no, you didn't. I sent her like a picture of me waiting to get picked up, my bracelet and everything like that.
Right.
So like that was funny, but like I said, like I hated it. I hated that I had to come out, and I didn't want people to know. I didn't want people to know that, because then you're just like deployed, or like you're projected as this person that's like, oh, my anxiety,
seeking attention,
my depression,
yeah.
Right? You're like, it's such a attention seeking thing.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't tell anybody. I didn't want to tell anybody like, oh, I think I'm gonna like, I kind of want to end my life, like, and I really have been thinking about it, and they're like, well, why don't you just go get help? I'm like, I don't want to get help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. You know, and I hate that aspect of mental illness, man. There's so many people that have self-diagnosed mental illness.
Yeah.
And depression.
Yeah.
Right? And those people, I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I have the same
suck
feeling
it
with the Me Too movement. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I think it's horrible. You know, there are real victims of rape and stuff like this. But there's so many other people. Well, he patted my ass one time. You know, and it just drives me fucking crazy. The seeking attention, you know?
Man.
That's what drives me crazy.
Yeah. It's I mean, the Me Too movement, obviously a lot of good things came out. You got a lot of predators out of there, right?
Sure.
And, you know, there's a lot of people that obviously...
I would have liked to have seen it extend to the fucking church.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I would have liked to have seen
It's
that.
the church, man.
Instead of just fucking celebrities.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
It's
stop
the
the people who are
States.
really, you know...
It's the States, right?
Yeah.
And like, you know, all the actors were fucking American, because in the church there is bullshit. I used to go to Bible college, so I have a whole church aspect as well. I know.
Jesus
I
Christ.
hate the
no
church.
wonder you got mental illness.
I fucking joined a cult for a year, and then I was like, fuck this, right? So, but yeah, no, like mental illness, man, and like all these people that sit there and they're like, okay, yeah, you got anxiety, right? Like, but there's a different point of sitting there and looking for excuses and looking for attention for someone to give you attention, say that you're strong.
Yeah.
But there's also a different point of like getting on your ass and doing something, right? Like, and I've been a fan of this show for a year. You know, when I started comedy, and like to hear that you needed someone to get their ass kicked for a fight, right?
Yeah.
And to say, like, I used to do wrestling. I wasn't confident in who I am. I wasn't confident in my abilities. And to show up there and do that, like, that's doing something for your self-esteem.
It's a
You
huge
know what I mean?
step, dude. I'll tell you, no one was more surprised than me.
Yeah.
You know, because I threw it, you know, you heard it on the podcast. I threw it out there. I asked everybody I fucking knew, hey, can you come out? Last person I would have expected, Drake Tobias.
And you didn't expect that I was going to show up more than once.
No,
Yeah.
certainly not, man, because
Yeah.
it's not an easy thing to do.
No.
You know, and you suffered and struggled that first time.
Yeah.
And as you should have.
Yeah.
Right? And fucking there you were next time, next time, every fucking time.
Yep.
Yeah, that really impressed me, man. That certainly turned me around on Drake Tobias. I was already coming around, to liking you and figuring out, who you are. Yeah. I'm the kind of guy, man, I really hate everybody before I meet him, I've talked with Matt Keenan about the same deal, right? Oh, here's Matt Keenan. He's the hot new fucking rookie comic. I meet him in person the first time. He seems arrogant, but he's really just shy. Yeah. But I took it as, kind of arrogance. And same kind of deal when I met you. Who's this fucking goofy bastard? And I don't want to have nothing to do with him, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just, a few years out of high school, fucking loudmouth, But
which I was 100%.
Yeah,
I still am.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Listen, me accusing anybody of being a loudmouth is that's
Yeah, I mean, and you gotta kind of stay humble about it, right? Like, and I'm with you, man. Like, I don't give anybody I give people chances, but you know what I mean. There's just like, I look past all their bullshit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so many people plant this fucking image of them, and I was becoming one of those people. And that's one of the reasons I hated myself too.
Yeah.
Right? And to now, like, I don't give two shits if what anyone thinks of me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do to be happy. I care about myself. I mean, and I told my girlfriend this, and which is one of the coolest things about having a girlfriend like that is that, you tell her, like, listen, like, I'm completely happy with who I am, right? And I'm not going to sit here and try to make something work if it's not making me happy, right? I said, like, it's a two-way battle here. And she's been super understanding about that, and we've never had an argument. We've been, like, together for, like, almost 5 months now, and we've never had an argument or anything because we just sit down and we talk.
You're honest, right? It's communication, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you need communication and honesty, or it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Not going to work.
And you try to be someone that you're not to her, and she realizes she's out of your life anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and you can only hold that up for so long.
Exactly.
That's why most relationships end after 3-4 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I look past so many people's bullshit, and some people like it about me, some people don't like it about me. I don't care right now.
Yeah.
All I care about right now is getting my schoolwork done, continuing to work my ass off every day at work so I can make enough money to go to school, get into Toronto, and doing comedy shows. If you don't like my comedy, I mean, I understand. My
comedy's subjective, man, and early on, you were struggling, but you're getting a lot better now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you start out, you're gonna be shitty. Everybody's shitty when you start out.
Yeah.
This is all a process, and it's easy. And I think Chris Hovey and I talked about this. When people jump on the scene and they go, "Oh, I can jump right into that scene. I'm a funny guy. I can be this funny in this amount of time." Yep. And then they realize once they get in, shit, it's a longer road.
It is.
It's a longer road, even if I am the funniest guy in the room everywhere.
Yeah, and it took me about a year and a half to finally find something that works.
I thought you had one of the... Right up until Austin took the stage last night, I had you for set of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you started that show off very strong.
I appreciate that. I've actually I did a lot of acting in high school.
Right.
So, acting, improv, all that stuff comes natural to me.
Yeah.
Like, I can come up with that stuff easy. You just take a couple seconds. So I kind of did pride myself a little bit that I didn't have to pass on anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Every single
and you took the bullet. You went first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's not easy to do on a set list show.
Yeah.
But there's something you always look, even when you were not doing well in comedy, you always look comfortable up there anyway.
Yeah.
That goes a long way. So now if you can put, the material together with that level of comfort, put some physical stuff in, the performance of it, you'll do well.
Yeah, studying it all, and it's more of a passion.
Just don't do that Little John bit anymore. That was nothing
so
there, bud.
bad,
there was nothing
man.
there.
Oh my God, that was so bad. I did it it was such a good idea in my head.
Sure.
I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But then I said it out loud, and I was like, everybody thinks I'm the most racist motherfucker on the face of St. John. And I said that in front of a sold-out crowd at Yuck Yuck.
Yeah, I know.
A sold-out crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the ones I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Just stick to dick jokes. That's all you got.
But you know what? It's you fall into that quite a bit in comedy, especially early on. I'm almost. I'll never fully be out. I don't think anyone will be, but I'm almost out of that stage. But there's some bits that I wrote that I thought were gonna fucking kill. This is hilarious, but you don't know, right? Till you get it up there, you don't know. But as you go along in comedy, particularly if you can stay consistent for a long time, you start to learn exactly. Okay, that seems funny right now, but I don't know if it's gonna get over.
Yeah, and I have a joke right now where I talk about how I'm a big person. Everybody thinks I have a huge penis. And like honestly, I just have like the most average penis on the face of the earth, right? And like I try to like make an image in people's head, like if my penis was a person, it'd probably be like a guy named Steve, like because we all know an average motherfucker named Steve, right? But then, but then it clicked with me. I was like, I want to point out someone in the crowd.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I want to point out someone in the crowd. So first time I did it, what's your name? If my dick would be a person, it would be like this guy. What's your name?
Yeah.
My name's Barry. Yeah, my dick would be Barry. You know what I mean? Like Barry's balding. What do you do for a living, Barry? I sell printers. See, my dick would be Barry who sells printers, right?
Yeah, right, right.
So
it's a good bit.
It is.
Yeah,
it works.
It's a good
it works
premise.
really well. So it's one of my best new bits. And then like the second time I did it was a guy named Joshua, the social worker. They both came up to me afterwards. Joshua was weird because he came out to me. He's like, "It was honor being your penis tonight." I was like, "He's going."
That's a great fucking line too.
Yeah. So, but like, it's a little weird going out to someone and be like, "It was an honor to be your penis."
To be your
like,
penis. Yeah.
So, I mean, you kind of take the flack on it, but I'm excited to continue to do that because it's a good crowd work bit. And that's something I lack.
You're channeling a little Mike Dambra there.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That would be. Dambra is honestly one of my favorite comics and human beings ever.
Isn't he?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of his ability to not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
He's a beautiful person and the best comic I've ever seen live.
Oh my God.
The best, man.
You go front row. Like my mom and my mom's boyfriend loves Dambra so much that he's coming at the end of March.
Oh, I know. I'm
right?
on the show.
You're on the show, right?
Yes.
So they fucking called Shane and they were like, "We need all your VIP tickets. We're going to bring a bunch of people out, right? And we're all going to sit in the front row."
You're going to be back in the front row?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to be in the front row. And, like, I remember the first time that we were there, man, and, like, they were all just, like, it was my mom and her whole DJ crew.
Yeah.
So Dave
I remember.
was, like, asking.
DJ Dave, DJ Steve, DJ this.
DJ Donnie. And then, like, two guys come in. They're like, probably went to a house party and DJ didn't show up, right? Like, that shit was hilarious.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't
man.
plan that, right?
Yeah.
So...
That's what makes him the best in my view.
Oh my God!
Every set is different, and he's just brilliant, man. Anything you give him, he can use. You know, he's so brilliant. And if you're not giving him anything, you just switch gears. Okay, fuck that guy. I'm moving on to this guy.
Yep.
You know,
and he works with it. And I hate about comedy is like James Mullinger just does the same shit.
Yeah.
And you can't do that in a small city. I love Derek Sagan. He's one of my favorites, right?
Yeah.
But he does the same shit.
Yeah.
Like, I opened up for Derek Sagan. Like, Derek was the reason I wanted to get in comedy. I opened up for him at Yuck Yucks. They give me fucking 17 minutes because they didn't have a middle that night. And I was the guest spot. They gave me 17 minutes at Yuck Yucks.
At St. John Yucks?
Yeah.
No kidding.
St. John Yucks. Right?
When was this?
That was when Derek Sagan came. It was the beginning of February.
What do you mean? This year?
This year, man.
Like a couple weeks ago.
Fuck
off.
I did 17 minutes at Yuck Yucks.
How did it go for you?
Amazing.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
No shit.
Right? Like but because you have that ability to, because when you do 5 to 7, you got to rush through them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's quick.
You know what I mean? So you get the ability to let shit sink in.
Yeah, stretch
Take
it
a
out.
drink.
Yes.
Right?
Let them laugh.
Let them laugh.
Yeah.
Turns out, like, applause breaks and stuff like that, right? So, opening up for Derek, and Derek was very impressed with my stuff.
Nice.
So I got 17 minutes to do that, which was insane. And that was the first time I got 17 minutes. On last Tuesday, I did a fundraiser event for Mandy Lynn Donovan.
Oh.
Did another 17 opening up for
Sounds
Nikki
exciting.
Payne.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Opening for Nikki Payne.
Nikki Payne.
Man, you're already getting some big names under your belt right away.
Right? So,
yeah.
However, they're the type of comics that do the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Derek can do it. He travels all across Canada, right? Some people haven't heard their stuff. But when you're a fan of someone and you go to their show and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to see them live. You've watched their
But then you
YouTube.
see through it. You see through it. That's what it is. Yeah.
And then you're just like, that sucked.
That again? Yeah.
Pete Johansson. Loved him.
You know what was very interesting was the first time Dambra came into town, obviously he fucking crushed.
Yeah.
And all of those shows were dynamite. The next month, the next headliner was Derek's again.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, anybody who was ever a fan of Chuckles was there because there were 3 sold-out shows for Dambra.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with Derek's again because he's a big name. So he arrives on the Friday night and he says to the crowd, I'm not going to do any fucking material. We're just going to play around. What are you doing? You know, what are you? And it was so amazing to see him bomb doing that.
Yeah.
And the reason he bombed doing that is because we just had Dambra here, bud.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about your crowd work. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, and it may have been great if it was a month before Dambra.
Yeah.
But it did not fly after Dambra.
No, man. And you have like you have such a talented person like Dambra. It's just insane. There's also I'm watching a lot of things called dry bar comedy.
Right.
Now, because I've been wanting to kind of write clean material, right? That's something I don't have. And I want to kind of add that to my...
Why?
Because I feel like it will give me a lot of corporate gigs, but I'm trying to just be a fucking sellout. But
sure.
I also want to like I love doing dick jokes. They're funny because I can make them in my own. But like everyone does dick jokes, right?
Yeah.
Like do something that like someone's not gonna be offended. There's always gonna be someone who's gonna be offended, like regardless.
Oh yeah.
Like fucking Saturday, I was in Fredericton. I was at Grimgross Brewing for the Omi Nerve show.
Omi Nerve.
For fucking the mental health, and I said retarded on stage.
Right.
I said retarded.
Yeah.
Right? I said, like, I have a joke about how I got a new girlfriend. She's gorgeous. She introduces me all these fucking hot. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes!
All of her hot
And it was
friends.
recorded. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was recorded. That's going in the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of her hot friends, and, like, they look at her like, what is she doing with this retarded guy? And I said that. And then, like, you've never heard a crowd of people's buttholes clench so simultaneously until that.
Yeah.
And they just, like, it was just like that. And I was like, what? You can't say retarded? And 4 people not going to, like, kid you not, just went, like, no, you can't say that.
Yeah.
No. And I was like, all right, sorry. What is she doing with this special needs kids, right? Right. So you have that ability to piss off someone, but when you do clean work, like it's kind of nice. So there's a guy named Zoltan Kazis, and weirdest fucking name ever.
Right.
Brilliant comedian.
Okay.
However, it pisses me off because I look at his shit, and he's been doing the same shit for 15 years.
Yeah.
Same shit.
You know what the thing? Here's the sad fucking part of this whole story. Okay, Derek Seguin is always going to do better than Mike Dambra.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you have to see Mike live.
Yep.
It doesn't translate to audio.
His DVD was the worst DVD
Right? Did
I've
you see
ever
it?
seen.
Right?
Worst DVD.
Actually, I loved it. I loved it because he eventually won that room over.
Yeah.
But Dambra, you can't put him on just for laughs, right? He's not up there telling jokes.
No.
He's the funniest motherfucker you ever see.
Yeah.
Fuckle.
Fuckle. I said hot guys,
but
and you said fuckle.
But you can't put him on a show that's going on TV because you don't get that experience.
No.
When I watched him before he came here, I watched the video and I was like, this guy sucks. And you see him live and go, oh my God, he's a million times better than me. This is depressing.
Do you know what? Do you know what's fucking brilliant about Dambra is he's the type of guy at a party that makes everybody roll over laughing.
Yeah.
But you like the type of guy you gotta know him, right?
Yeah.
He goes up on stage, you feel like you know him.
Yeah.
Right? You know what he's about and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then he just rips you apart, doesn't know you for anything, and can just read people so well that he just fucking destroys them.
Yeah. And then afterwards, they love him.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to Mike about that. I said, it must be weird for you. He's like, it is. It's weird. I go up there and I tear them apart. And after the show, they love me.
Yeah.
But what I love is like, he'll bring you into it and the other DJ and this guy at the back of the room. And he ties you all together. Oh, you must be his sister or whatever, And then, but then if you see that guy at Sobeys, you're like, oh yeah, hey, you're the fucked up guy with me. Remember Dambra show, right? He's actually bringing people together.
It's insane.
It's so interesting.
But
you can't bottle it, right? Like you have to be there for that experience.
Yeah. And it was funny. I was watching comedians in cars getting coffee. Jesus Christ.
Which one?
The one with Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. And they're talking about how the ability to talk to people is weird. Fucking weird. The ability to stand in front of 50 to 100 people and get all their attention to talk to them. That's fucking weird.
It is strange.
Right?
Yeah.
And Dambra does it better than anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
So he's like, I can't express my love for Dambra.
Yeah, me
even
too.
more.
Well, you'll be able to give him a big hug here in about a month.
Exactly, right? And he'll fucking rip me apart.
You want a beer?
And yeah, I'll definitely take a beer.
You're gonna love him even more.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very strange. What Mike does. I'm so
It's gonna be like. Also, I get to go see the Sheepdogs in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. Kent Theater?
No, man. Fucking.
Aren't they coming to the Kent Theater?
They are, but So what had happened was I bought tickets for my whole family for Christmas because we all love rock and roll.
Right.
You know, my mom's boyfriend's a huge fan of the Sheepdogs.
Their new single, "Their Hole in My Heart."
Yeah,
Great
Hole in My
fucking
Heart
tune.
should be, yeah. So I bought tickets for everyone out of my own money, right?
Right.
And their only tour stop in New Brunswick was Moncton.
Oh, no. Oh.
So I bought the tickets
Right.
for Christmas.
Yeah.
Surprised everybody.
They added St.
Everybody
John.
is so great. And then fucking last month they go, we're going to stop in St. John.
Motherfucker.
Like, you fucking sellout.
What's the venue in Moncton they're playing?
The casino.
Oh, that's going to be better anyway,
Way
man.
better.
Kent Theater sucks.
It's so horrible.
It sucks, man.
Oh my God. It's the definition of shitty St. John venue.
Yeah, big time.
Like-
big time, man. I did a comedy show there once, and it was fucking, one of the worst shows I've ever done.
Yeah.
I did okay,
Yeah.
but I just hated every second of it.
Yeah.
Man. I hate that venue.
Yeah.
Hate it.
I'm actually excited because this is still in the works. However, my mom's business, she's looking to expand to. I don't know if you know what the Cornerstone Church in St. John is.
I know very little about any church.
Exactly. So, but it's this huge fucking venue, right? This
Right.
like $5 million church, and she's getting it for an insane price, like super cheap.
What do you
super
mean,
big.
purchasing the church?
Yeah, she's purchasing
Okay.
this building.
All
She's
right.
going to
Now
turn it
I'm-
into a
now I'm
wedding
intrigued.
venue.
Right.
Right?
Oh, fuck, that is smart, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But inside of this venue is a 50-seat theater.
Hey, now.
Like, and she goes,
Is
I
this
don't-
thing on?
Yeah. And she goes, I don't know what to do with it. Right?
Don't worry, Mom. I do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? So, fucking, like, and she's just going to simply name it the Cornerstone. Right?
Right.
Fucking take the church out. Just say the Cornerstone.
Just a cornerstone.
right?
Yeah.
So, comedy at the Cornerstone.
Oh, dude.
So it's a 50 person 50 seat theater. Has curtains, has a mic stand. We're gonna paint the room.
Yeah.
It's got all the it's got theater seats, like the shit that you go to the movies in.
Yeah.
Right? And like I just told her, I was like, once you get your liquor license, like we'll get a show there running and like charge $5 at the door. And my problem with St. John is there's not enough mics.
Yeah.
There's not.
Oh,
right?
I know.
Everybody that comes here and they're like, yeah, man, you can do 3 shows in a week. Like, what the fuck?
No.
I had to travel so much to do 2 a week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was
But
thinking
you're talking going to Miramichi, Fredericton, Moncton, fucking all over the place.
St. Stephen,
Yeah.
like fucking everywhere, right? So I was thinking that why not have one every 2 weeks? Every week is going to burn out, right?
Yeah.
So every 2 weeks.
Fuck yeah.
Two weekdays a month, right?
Yeah.
Like 2 Wednesdays or something like that a month.
Sure.
At the Cornerstone, sell drinks. My mom's gonna profit off of it like crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not in the final works yet, right? It's still potential, but everything's looking great.
Man, that would be
So she
amazing.
she went tonight and she's like getting everything finalized and so we're gonna find out here soon. But I'll definitely be adding another show. It's kind of like a Hell's Basement kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And Hell's Basement, how did that go?
Ah, dude, that went tremendous.
Was it?
I wasn't sure, you know what I mean? Like, I heard that his sound system was fucked. There was no mic the first time. I wouldn't even perform, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I need a mic or I'm not doing a show.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a prima donna that way. But I'm smart enough, if I go on a road gig, I bring my amp and a mic.
Yeah.
You know? But, man, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. It was, and I was a little nervous because he had a free show the night before.
Yeah.
Right? Were you on that show?
No.
No. Have you
No.
done that venue?
No, but he's contacted me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should definitely do it, man.
Which was weird because when I opened up for Nikki Payne, she goes, "I've heard a lot about you." And I'm
Right.
like, "Do you think I'm Joe Butler?" Because everybody thinks I'm Joe Butler.
Yeah,
I went to
yeah.
fucking Grimgross, 4 comedians. Are you Joe Butler? Nice to meet you, Joe. And I was like, I'm Drake Tobias. Fuck off. Right?
Yeah.
Because like I look like Joe's twin.
Yeah, you do.
Right?
Yeah,
so,
you do.
So yeah, and so we're
Your breath is way better, though.
way better.
Way
He's-
better.
ooh. I also like to think that I have a little bit less of a gut. You know?
Yeah.
Love
Yeah,
the
you're
guy.
a little smaller, yeah.
Love the guy. He's got a keg.
You're
on
a
him.
little healthier.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little.
you look a little healthier.
Little, I'd love to see Joe go up against Nick. That'd be awesome.
That would be something.
Yeah, but so she said that she said she's heard a lot about me. I said, from where? Like, you're in Moncton, you're in Shediac.
Right.
And Scott Hamilton's the guy who's running it, right? The Hell's Basement.
Shannon Dumaret.
Oh, yeah, Shannon Dumaret.
Yeah, Dumaret. Yeah.
So she...
Chante Dumaret.
Yeah, she's contacted me, right?
Right.
But apparently she really wants to get me out there.
He.
Oh, he, sorry.
It's a dude.
He, yes. Yeah. And apparently he really wants to get me out there. That's what Nikki said. So
yeah.
I mean,
fucking do it, man.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Like, apparently he's seen my shit and he likes it. So yeah.
I didn't want to do the gig. I'll be honest, man. I don't like traveling anymore for comedy. I don't like it. If you pay me well, I'll do it.
Like the Miramichi, the Vogue.
Right.
Joe pays really well, puts on a great show.
And I mean, that was a little different.
Yeah.
That was a chance to headline a theater, which I had never done.
And you get to freaking get your fucking name in a marquee.
Yeah, and I get to party with Arif and Trevor on New Year's Eve, and Joe too. Man, it was. There's no way I was turning that down.
Yeah.
But when this guy reached out, and I've been looking to take a little break here, right?
Yeah.
I've been really trying
You've been
to take a
mentioning
break.
that for a while.
I know, and people keep reaching out and booking me and giving me money, so I can't.
And you're like, shit, I only do it for the money.
I mean, I don't want to say that, but at the same time, I'm not traveling for free.
Exactly.
So anyway, he reached out to me, and I gave him a number, and he fucking agreed to it, and boom, we booked the show.
Wow.
But I didn't have high hopes for how it was going to go.
Yeah.
Man, it was amazing.
Yeah.
You know what was weird? It was actually the very first time that Arif and John Ford and myself, just the three of us were on a show.
Yeah.
First time ever.
Wow.
It's never happened.
Just all three.
Which is weird because, the three of us have been friends for years.
It's usually just like other people on the show.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 other people,
but
right?
you guys work so well together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was a great combo. Just the way it flowed. Arif was the host, right?
Yeah. And Arif's insanely good at hosting.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. His ability, like, and I told her, I like Arif, like, I love his comedy. Mm-hmm. But I feel so many people are too stupid to get his comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that weird to say?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, so many people are too stupid for his comedy.
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant.
I keep trying to tell him and John both. I said, when we talked about this driving home the other night, you do have to dumb comedy down a little bit. And I hate to say it, I'm a wordsmith, man. When I first started, I was, you know what I mean? I was throwing everything I knew from the thesaurus out if it was funny, right? Little wordplay. Yeah. And you'd get a sprinkle of laughter from the intelligent people in the crowd, and the rest of the dummies are sitting there going, "Oh, that's not funny. I don't get it." You do have to dumb it down a little, right?
Yeah, a lot.
And, it's sad, but that's what I keep telling the boys. Just dumb it down a little, man. Yeah. Keep the jokes coming, dumb it down a little. Arif was fucking brilliant Saturday night, man. He was brilliant.
Oh, my, like, Arif, I think he's one of the best in the game right now. And always has been, because he's so... Like, Arif, and he's just so good. You know what I mean? Like,
and he's getting a lot more consistent now, which is great.
So consistent. And, excuse me for burping. However, John at the Setlist Style show yesterday, like, he kept it dumb, and he didn't know what he was talking about, and then how he was able to tie it in with when I found out my parents
He saved it at the end. Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, he saved it at the end big time. He was floundering hard in the beginning.
Hard, man. Hard.
But then he found a rhythm, and he finished, I think, better than anybody last night.
Oh,
I think he finished better. I think you were constant throughout.
Yeah.
Austin was constant throughout, man.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
Fudge did very well as well. And but John finished stronger than anybody.
Yeah.
And
how he was able to incorporate that was absolutely brilliant. Like, using footlongs that aren't footlongs and talking about how his dad used to
measure it out.
Used to buy footlongs because he couldn't get a measuring tape.
Yeah,
right.
He couldn't afford a measuring tape, but he can afford all these footlongs.
Yeah,
I don't think John knows how much a measuring tape costs.
Like it's not the fucking Hope Diamond, right? It's just a fucking measuring tape.
Yeah, you can get them for $3.99.
Yeah,
you can't get a footlong for that. But it didn't matter for the joke, right?
No, exactly, right? So then he goes and he built this house and it sucked, and that's when I realized my parents were idiots. Yeah. And you're like,
and that was the first topic that he passed on in the beginning. Yeah. He had to pass on it.
So that was phenomenal. And
that was an interesting show.
And he kept it dumb. He kept it funny, right?
Yeah.
Like
keep it simple, stupid. That's what everyone says, right? Keep it simple. Like that's the way to do it.
Me, like I just said funnel cakes, and like it was funny,
and people went crazy.
Yeah,
right, because everybody relates to it.
Yeah,
everybody's been to the fair. Everybody's seen funnel cake, right?
Yeah.
You got to keep it like the hottest thing I do right now on stage. The thing that gets the biggest pop is me strutting around like a fucking chicken, flapping my wings, pecking my beak.
Yeah.
It's what gets over the most. I'm just acting like a fucking chicken.
Yeah.
This is not groundbreaking stuff here.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the dummies look and go, oh my God, he's pretending he's a chicken. You know? Well, what about that smart thing I said 5 minutes ago and you said nothing?
But you're
Nothing.
a chicken. You're a chicken.
Yeah, but now you're a chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You got to keep it fucking simple.
And there's a lot of tricks that a lot of people do. You look at Nikki Payne, man. She gets out there and I think she's a funny fucking woman.
I think her shtick grates on me after like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, she when I saw her at Chuckles, first I saw her in videos and I thought, this is fucking dog shit. Honestly, I did.
Yeah.
So this is just a voice.
Yeah.
You know, but then when I saw her perform, I'm like, yes, this is good. She's got something here.
Yeah.
But after about 20 minutes, I was disinterested. I'm like, I get that the sound of the voice just drove me fucking crazy.
So many people
and
think
for me, I know, so many people love it, right? For me, the material just didn't sustain. You know what I mean? Just the substance of material.
And Mullender's voice was like, and he's doing all that stuff. And, like, even Sagan, like, you talk to Sagan, he doesn't have that accent.
No, I know.
No, and he's like, to put, you know.
He's as English as you or I.
Oh, my God, it's insane.
And once you learn that, like when I first found that out, I was a little flabbergasted. And but then I thought about it, and I was like,
That's
no,
brilliant.
that makes sense.
That's
because
brilliant.
His accent is stupid. No, it's not brilliant. I hate it. But his accent is stupid. It's not French.
Yeah.
But you don't think that. You just think, okay, he is French.
Yep.
Then when you learn that and go, yeah, that sounds more like Borat than fucking French, right? My wife, you know.
Oh, baby.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm just, to be honest, I'm not a Derek Sagan fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just not. Comedy's subjective.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Dude, many people, like, my biggest influence in comedy is Tom Segura. Yeah. I love his ability to.
Oh, man, his new special.
Oh, my God.
What was it? Disgraceful?
Yeah, but he got so much flack for that, man.
Yeah.
Like,
did he?
Yeah.
I'm not on social media,
apparently
so I don't really.
He's just not allowed in Louisiana anymore.
Oh, wow.
Like, everybody in Louisiana is like, fuck you for saying that. You guys build a wall around here so you guys can't get in. And he's like, well, then we're still building a wall, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, either way. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So like
that was a brilliant special.
if you follow his Instagram, he posts a lot of the shit and hate that he gets, right?
Nice.
And like all that stuff, and there's this one girl that he did that he, which is hilarious. He's like this girl like sent him hate mail online, right?
Right.
This is just Dave, his social media guy, right? And then like talks about all this shit like Tom makes me rub his feet and then he like only pays me $1 a day, but I do it because my dad's a huge fan of him and all that stuff. But my dad was in the hospital and Tom wouldn't even let me go see him and my dad ended up dying. But Tom said that because I was working for him that, you know, my dad would still be proud of me and I never got to see my dad on the dying day. And like this girl's like, oh shit, like he is really an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like sending in hate mail. She's like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, and like, she's like, you sound like a nice guy, Dan, or whatever his name was,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like, but it was Tom the whole
Yeah,
time.
it was Tom
and
the whole time,
so,
yeah.
He's so brilliant.
Yeah, man.
His
wife is fucking brilliant, too, man.
Oh, my God,
Christina
P.
Her
Like-
special, I loved it, man. I loved it.
Oh, but Christina P. and like, I love his podcast.
Yeah. I don't listen to it nearly. I actually haven't heard an episode in over a year.
Yeah.
I really should be putting that on my list. There's just so much good podcast content out there.
Yeah.
It's hard to get through it all.
Oh my God, it's like, and one of the things I've been doing is multitasking, and while I'm doing my homework, I am listening to podcasts.
Right.
And it's a good time, and I know that when I can take a break is when a podcast is done because it's about an hour or so long, right?
Sure.
I usually listen to the SPLUDECAST whenever there's a morning and when I'm getting ready and shit like that. I have one of those Google Homes, so it's like the Google Home Mini, so I can just be like, hey Google, play the SPLUDECAST on Podbean or whatever.
Oh,
right?
Nice.
So
yeah,
and then it plays it right there for me, and so you know you
first thing in the morning that'll get you fucking going. Put the SPLUDECAST on there.
Yeah, right. So I have one in my bathroom and in my bedroom, right. So when I'm showering, I'm listening.
Oh,
to
I'd love to have
SPLUDECAST.
that in my bathroom.
It's so
yeah,
awesome.
That
man.
would be great.
You're in the shower and you're like, hey Google, play this song.
What are those systems? What do they cost?
The minis, man, they're $49.
Fuck off.
$49.
Oh,
and when they go on sale on Christmas time, they're $29.99.
So what do you do? So what's the speaker system then?
It's fairly all right. It's a little speaker, but that big.
Right. That comes with the system, you mean? It's included in the system?
No, there's no system, man. It's just that speaker. And it has the artificial intelligence of Google Assistant
in the speaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Fuck yeah. I'm stupid when it comes to technology.
I have a phone right now, and I say, "Hey Google, right?
Yeah. Mine does that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Google.
So, exactly, right? So, you say, hey, Google.
So it's a speaker with that built-in
speaker. And if you got a Chromecast, right?
Right.
If you got a Chromecast plugged into your TV, and you got one in, you get a couple, and you put them throughout your house. You say, hey, Google, play Tom Segura Disgraceful on Netflix.
Yeah, right.
TV will go on, boom, all that shit right there, right?
Jesus Christ.
I know.
How lazy are we?
I know.
You know?
But
that speaker for the bathroom, that'd be fucking tremendous.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You just go and when you have more than them, you just say, hey, Google, move to this one.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
you
right.
Can name them all on your phone. Hey, Google, move to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
that'd be great because you know what? Like, I've got some Bluetooth speakers and
Yeah.
stuff, but if my wife is hooked up to it earlier, I got to fucking yell out for her to disconnect, and I got to connect to it. It's a big pain in the ass.
yeah, and it's not a Bluetooth. It's just streams like you got your Google.
It's just its own standalone system.
Own standalone artificial intelligence, right? So it's really cool, and it allows me to a little plug for Google there. I wonder if they'll pay you for that.
Well, they are a sponsor.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, no, I mean the SPLUDECAST, and then so just listening to podcasts, as well as at work. Like, you're not supposed to, but like I don't give a shit. I'll just put my headphones in, listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
I get a shit ton of paperwork to do because at my work you got to do pricing and all that bullshit, right?
Right.
So running credit on people, so you get all that shit, and so I put those on. And I listen to Your Mom's Couch. Or Your Mom's House, sorry, not Your Mom's Couch. I don't know why I said Your Mom's Couch. I suck with words. It's Monday. I just worked all day.
Sure.
Fucking, I deal with Guatemalans every day.
Oh. Now listen, I gotta level with you here. I got some Guatemalan listeners, so let's take it easy.
No, they're great. They're hard workers.
Sure.
They're by the book.
Yeah. Where you work, you mean?
Yeah, where I work, it's the book sucks.
Yeah.
100-year-old company, 100-year-old company, and it's like by the book. And God bless their soul, they do their job. And when you get them, when you get them to do their job, phenomenal. They do amazing.
Right.
But like it just sucks how much by the book they are, and you just got to do all the bullshit old school stuff. So
what are you? Are you in charge of these Guatemalans?
No.
Are you supervising these Guatemalans?
I'm not. So I need these Guatemalans to give me customers.
This seems racist for some reason.
It's not though.
It's
like
not.
we're just
Not.
saying it's
We're
just like,
Canadians.
it's if
Guatemalans.
if Guatemalan Mark Splude and
Sure.
Baby Tobias had a podcast and they said we need these Canadians, right?
Yeah. It just,
Same
but doesn't
thing.
it seem a little like?
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little.
Fucking
racist.
go fuck yourself, social justice
Fucking
warriors that listen to
Guatemalans.
Mark Spludecast. Fuck off. If there's social justice warriors, fucking listen to your Spludecast.
Listen, do you know what the great thing is? I'm not on social media. Right?
Perfect.
So they want to talk shit about me.
Go
Go
right
ahead and
ahead.
fucking do it.
You're Darren
I'm still
Elmore's
gonna
of
say
the
whatever
world.
I'm gonna say. You can't touch me. What are you gonna do? You can't touch me.
Yeah.
Still,
my favorite episode that you've done was the Darren Elmore bashing.
Oh, the State of the Union 2017.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And he shut up real quick. Said that people were bullying him, but like,
Oh, fuck. He's the biggest bully in town, dude. The biggest bully in town. He really is.
I let Darren Frost know about that.
Right.
And because I was
Darren's a good guy.
Darren's an
Yeah.
amazing. Hates
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Hates everybody. Calls people cunts.
Yeah.
Constantly. I love it.
Yeah. He's an angry little comic just like me.
Yes,
Yeah.
man. And
Yeah.
and you see the veins pop in his head when he gets up on stage. And I tell him,
He pushes the anger a lot further than I
Yeah.
used to be closer to that.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more just silly and ridiculous.
And you kind of like, is he like fucking all right? Like,
Yeah.
There's one time he was like sitting there like facing the wall at Yuck Yucks and doing these things.
Drawing shit on the wall
and
with his
he's
finger.
doing weird voices, and you're like,
This guy's fucking mental.
is this guy all right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He's talking about his wife, how she had chlamydia and shit like that. And I love how he calls one person in the crowd every time Fucky. Fucky.
Oh yeah, Fucky.
I love Fucky,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Fucky becomes the highlight of the show.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, no, Darren, like, and that whole fucking bullshit spiel, fucking middle school bullshit, and everybody was getting all their fucking panties in a bunch for that shit, man. Like, it's so funny how whenever something happens in the comedy scene, whenever Shane Ogden blows up, whenever Steve Barnes is just like, hey, man, like, if you perform here, you can't perform in my club.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I just say, that sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks that it has to be that way. I'm
Yeah,
going to do
man.
my thing.
The business of comedy sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's gross.
Right? And, like,
Yeah.
it's just like, well, if I'm just going to do my thing. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to do. So,
Yeah.
I don't get caught up in that shit, and so many people do. So like to hear Darren Elmore, and I try to reason with the dude.
Oh,
right?
Well, you're trying to reason with someone who's completely unreasonable.
I know.
Yeah.
And he just the stuff, and he's like, you don't understand, and you're just, and I was like, I haven't said anything to you. It's like, you obviously have a bigger issue than that.
Yeah.
He struggles with his mental illness. He's one of those people, it's really bad.
Yeah, it is bad.
As much as, you say, like, you hate the people that brag about it, his is a cry for help every time.
Yeah.
He's a man who's...
He's crying for help for something he doesn't want help for. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Shane Ogden nailed him with one phrase. He said to me once, Darren has a solution or a problem for every solution.
Yep.
And it just it really does define Darren's personality.
Yeah.
And I think Darren could really help himself by getting the fuck off social media.
Yeah.
This guy's super addicted to it. He's on Twitter. He makes like 50 Twitter posts a day.
It's insane.
It's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Get out into the world, because that world's not real.
Yeah.
It feels real because the people you're talking to are real.
Yeah.
But that's not how we're supposed to interact with people.
And I get it. You're a gay man in Sussex. I think it's I really
He's not the only fucking one.
I know.
Here's the thing: you're not the only gay guy in Sussex with mental problems, right? You're not a fucking unicorn, bud. You're just like everybody else. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get out there and live fucking life.
You took
or
the
else
words
nobody
right out
else,
of my mouth.
or else nobody else is gonna feel sorry.
Exactly, right?
In the beginning, they did. In the beginning, a lot of people went to bat for Darren. Any bad thing anybody said, people come to his defense and stuff. That doesn't. Those kind of things don't happen anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, what's very interesting is I started to get a real big listenership after that State of the Union podcast.
Yeah.
My numbers went crazy.
Yeah.
From San Francisco. Like crazy.
Wow.
I'm like, San Francisco. All I talk about is local comedy.
Yeah.
Why would you be listening?
Yeah.
And I said that on my podcast. Reach out to me. I want to know why you're listening. And this one fella said, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I was listening to you to hate listen because I'm friends with Darren Elmore on Twitter. And he said, oh, this guy's, tearing me down or whatever he said. And I went to listen to it and I loved you. And I didn't know any of those things about him. Now, man, I have over 800 weekly listeners in San Francisco.
That's amazing.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I know.
But he really helped me
I know.
by posting that link, so I appreciate it, Darren. Darren obviously has some influence.
Yeah.
He's got me a lot of listeners.
Yeah, exactly, right? And and he's in this group of like people that whatever, he's on these social media pages and these social media groups.
It's negativity, man. It's
Exactly.
all negativity.
Exactly. And I do gonna leave here soon.
Yeah, that's cool. No, that's cool, man. We're gonna do a part 2, not too far down the road though, because we didn't even touch anything I wanted to talk about.
There we go.
Why aren't you doing a podcast?
This is a great question.
You're like a natural for this, honestly.
I am. I really am. I had all the material. You want the real answer?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I had all the material at my mom's house, and she lost it. So I just...
What do you mean you had like a recorder?
I
and mics
used to
and
do
stuff?
music recording.
Right.
I used to do my own music recording. I sold my laptop. Now I got a laptop again, right? I sold my laptop for cocaine money.
Nice. Yeah, sure. Listen, I've been down that road, man, several times, so don't feel bashful.
So I sold my laptop and it's all lost. So now I don't have the money right now.
Yeah, right.
I might get me one of those. But mine, I'm not gonna
This system right here, like you're looking at $300.
$300, right?
That's it.
My mom has a bunch of old mics like this. It's great. Mine is my idea for a podcast. It's already there. I've got everything in works. I've actually got a brand.
Nice.
I actually paid to a marketing group to make up my brand and everything like that. I took pictures. It's going to be called the Maritime Sound.
Nice.
Right? And it's me interviewing a lot of local musicians. You don't have to be big. You have to have some experience playing music in the Maritimes. And tell me about it.
Sure.
Right? And tell me everything about it. And that's
missing on this scene, man.
That's missing. Yeah. There's nobody that's doing that.
No. Because you know what it is, man. Podcasts are, to me and you, like that's one of the most important things in my life.
Yeah.
Right? It's probably the media that I consume the most.
Yeah.
Is audio podcast.
Yeah.
But really in this region, hardly anybody fucking knows what a podcast is.
No.
It's weird.
And nobody knows what people have done with music, right? Like, there's a guy out there named Nick Gay. I don't know if you know about Nick Gay.
No. I
No.
don't think so.
Nobody knows about Nick Gay.
Right.
Lives in St. John, teaches guitar here, plays mics at O'Leary's.
Okay.
This guy recorded with Tom Cochrane, recorded a whole album with Tom Cochrane, and got to go on a world tour with Tom Cochrane at 18 years old.
Wow, at 18.
18.
Oh,
and he got to
you did a lot of coke.
Got to be his lead guitar player.
Right.
With Tom Cochrane.
Wow.
Nobody knows that.
Yeah.
There's also many other people. I know a guy who produces music, doesn't go to work. He produces music, sells his music down in Florida, Georgia, all of the South, right? And it's not like, but it's like, it's like house music and all that stuff, right?
Right.
And he makes a shit ton of money. He's got a ton of connections that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
But he stays here for his kid.
Yeah, right.
Right? So nobody knows about this stuff that happens, right? Like, and it's insane. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So I'm going to put out something that gets that across, right? And I'll incorporate comedy into it, whatever. But I'm not into, like, you know, and I hate to do this because a lot of them are my friends, but I'm not into the whole people that just go and they're like, they want to judge your comedy and they want to, like, pick apart stuff and here's how you can do better. Like, I appreciate it,
sure.
right? But, like, I mean, Matt's one of my really good friends. He gets off to it, you know what I mean? Like, and he tries to act that he's better than me, but, like, there's been times where I've been better than him, right?
Sure.
And we've done it at the same time, and there's so many people like that in the scene. I just don't care enough, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do this for fun. It's one of the things I wanted to do. And for me right now, it's like, hey, I'm going to fucking do this. Like, I'm doing this for me.
Yeah.
You know?
But
so,
you're coming at it from a different place
yeah.
than that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I respect that. You know, sometimes he's a little too hard on me. Sometimes I don't give a shit. Yeah, you know, be hard on me. Do what you want. You know what I mean? I'm an easy target.
Yeah, man. Everybody busts your balls, man.
Oh yeah.
But you have you have the perfect demeanor for it.
Yeah.
Right? It seems to me like it bounces off you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thrive in that environment, man. I love busting everyone's balls. I love them busting my balls.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that shit.
Which was cool because when I first met you, and I was a huge fan of your comedy. And I'm starting to do comedy, and like even with Ken Bolton, I got on the wrong foot with him too.
Right.
And Ken Bolton, he brought me down a peg, and you brought me down a peg. Right. And
what happened with Ken?
Just the same thing. I just went up and approached him and tried to be funny to him, and he's like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" You know what I mean? Right? So now he bashes me all the time, right? Publicly, and I deserve it, right?
Yeah.
But now Ken's here.
What do you mean on social media and stuff?
Yeah, like social media, but like, you know, I'm trying to pick Ken's brain for stuff, and he's like, you know, he's giving me the Ken Bolton like funny guy stuff, right? So he doesn't take me as serious, but I deserve that. I definitely deserve that. There's a lot of interaction I had earlier on doing this that I deserve it.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
You got to live and learn. You know, like,
gotta live and learn.
Yeah, like for me, when I was running real hot in comedy in 2016, I headlined Chuckles and all that. It all went to my fucking head, man. It turned me into an egotistical asshole. And, you know, sometimes you got to step back and go, well, what the fuck was I doing? Yeah. You know, and I've gone through stages. When I first started comedy, I got on stage first few times. I'm like, I'm better than fucking everybody.
Yep.
I'm better than everybody.
Yep.
And then you realize, no, you're fucking not, man. You're just starting out, you know. But it's very easy to get wrapped up in that. I mean, it's a pursuit for a narcissist.
Yeah.
Comedy. That's what it is.
It is.
You have to be narcissistic to want to do it, to actually get up there and fucking do it. And that, you know, so that comes with all that fucking ego and all that shit, right? It's very hard to step back and say, and really look at what you're doing. You know? I'm sure I'm guilty of it all the fucking time on my podcast, you know, still, right? But at least I'm kind of cognizant of it, and I try to watch for it now, you know?
I tried to ride the Matt Keenan bus. We started the same night. We started comedy the exact same night. Starting off at Something Funny open mic night, right? Right. Something Funny used to be Comedy with Balls. It was Comedy with Balls when we were doing it, right?
Right.
So we started off at the same time. And he got so hot, and I was like, I'm with him, right?
Yeah.
I wrote but I came real quick that my joke writing wasn't where his was.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's had joke writing for 6 years, right? And he's been wanting to do this way longer than I have. And I was like, fuck, all right, well, I think this is funny. Like, you know, I was more like ready for the performing part of it, but I was like, fuck, the writing part, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
How am I going to write jokes?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and my strong point is off the cuff stuff, like last night, just coming up with shit like that. Like, that's my strong point, right? Yeah. So it was really challenging. I put myself already in the game ahead of people. Yeah. And I came down real quick.
Yeah.
Real humble now.
Yeah, man. This comedy game will humble you real fucking quick.
Real quick.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in 2016, I was running real hot, but I had a couple fucking bad bombs in 2016, and that fucking hurt.
You gotta get the bombs. You just
man.
gotta do it.
It's gotta happen. I've been very fortunate, man. I can honestly count my bombs on maybe 7 fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's pretty good for as many shows as I've done.
Yep.
There's a lot of shows I wasn't happy with where I did okay with the crowd, but I wasn't happy with it.
Yeah.
But like true bombs, I've had very few. I've been fortunate.
Comedy's with a lot of things you do in life. If you put the work into it, and if you're studying and if you're writing and you're going to do that, you're going to be a good comic.
Yeah,
man. You're one of those people that put a lot of work in, right?
Yeah. Well, that's you. It's the same as everything, right?
Everything.
You get out of it what you put into it. Right?
Exactly.
I happen to be a little lucky because.
Talent plays an effect.
I was born funny.
Yeah.
I can't even take any credit for it. That's
Yeah.
just the way I was born.
Yeah.
I came out cracking jokes, Boy, there's lots of room getting out of that bitch.
Yeah.
No problem there. I just walked out, right?
Yeah.
But I just it's just a talent I was born with.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter either, though.
No.
You have to fucking work for it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's everything. That's what I learned after coming out of the hospital too. Tying it around, and I got to close up here because I got to go.
Yeah.
But tying it around, that's what I learned is I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to expect everything to come to me. I'm going to expect me to get shows, right? I'm sitting there and I'm like, why am I not getting shows? Why am I not getting the respect of these other people?
Yeah.
Why am I not doing this? I wasn't putting the work in.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And now with my job, man, I put the work in hard, man. They were going to fire me. I was in such a bad place. They were going to fire me. They were going to let me go. I worked my ass off. Now I'm the only person in my department that does my job.
Nice.
Right? So I'm the only person in the building that does that job.
Yeah.
Right? And I worked hard for it. I worked hard to get music gigs. I worked hard to get comedy gigs.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one thing. Is if you're, listeners or whatever, and if you're thinking about, if you're in a rut and you're, or whatever, and there's something that you want to do, don't fucking look at your situation. Look at it as what you got to do to get there. If you're focused on so much on the finish line and not what's in front of you, you're not going to get there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man. Life is the life you're living right now is the one you deserve.
Exactly.
Right? Because you're responsible for where you are right now.
Yeah.
And and people don't like to hear that.
No.
Right? It's a hard thing to fucking hear.
Yeah.
Even harder to accept. But that's just the goddamn truth.
And when you accept it and you fucking work with it and you roll with the punches, and when something happens and you take your credit and your responsibility for it, that's when you improve yourself. So.
Yeah. You're proving it right now.
Yeah.
Drake, thanks a lot for doing it, brother.
I'm excited for part 2.
Part 2 is going to be great, man. I want to
Yeah.
talk about, we brushed on music, we brushed on comedy, we brushed on the fighting a little bit,
Yeah.
but these are all things I want to delve
Cool.
into. And cool thing is you're an easy guy to talk to. So
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have you back.
Wicked.
Big baby.
Big baby!